Indiana Fever basketball is right around the corner, and we are just 3 days away from preseason starting up. Today is Media Day. It's going on downtown Indianapolis, and our sports team is there. They have more.
Hello and welcome to Gamebridge Fieldhouse for Indiana Fever Media Day. It's all sorts of fun as we push ahead to the start of the regular season. We've been at training camp the last few days, and now the excitement really is heating a fever pitch. A bad pun, admittedly, but it's a lot of fun here, and we're getting to hear from all the players and administration here.
Yeah, a complete overhaul of this roster, this organization. We've been talking about it for the last few months now. The trades, the free agent additions, and of course you have the star Caitlin Clark returning as well for year 2. So yeah, a lot of excitement and optimism building up around here.
Yeah, we got a chance to hear from some of these Fever players and the front office ahead of a very highly anticipated season.
I'm excited. I think having a fresh start in a sense has been really great for us. I think just being able to practice and work out the way that we have been, I think it really shows what we're capable of, and so I'm excited to get started.
I'm grateful for the experience, and I think having this group and having us in the city of Indianapolis, I think the best of both worlds is happening right now, so I'm going to bask in it and just kind of enjoy the moment.
All right, well, the preseason gets underway this weekend. It's going to be Saturday at Gamebridge Fieldhouse right here, and then Sunday, a trip down memory road for old Caitlin Clark as they go to Iowa City to take on the Brazilian national team for their second preseason game of the year.
You want to talk about seeing where you're at ahead of the season. How about a national team right there? We'll have much more from Fever Media Day coming up at 4, 5, and 6. We'll also have sit-downs with head coach Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And we'll have all your coverage you could ever ask for on WTHR+. For Eli Gain, I'm Dominic Miranda here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse, 13 Sports.
All right, fellas, and don't forget that WTHR is your local home for Fever basketball. So the regular season gets underway May 17th, and we're airing 14 games here on Channel 13 and then another 4 on our sister station, MeTV. So that starts May 20th with the Fever's matchup with the Atlanta Dream. And you can get the full schedule of games to watch on air by scanning that QR code that you see right there in the corner of your screen, or you can head to WTHR.com/fever. There you can find all the info that you need to know so you can stay up to date with the Fever. Now, the other top story that we're following today, it is a weather impact alert day. Sean is here and says we have some showers that we should be concerned about and some severe storms possibly later today. Downtown Indianapolis looks beautiful right now.
Yeah. And look, and we want to stress, this is going to be later today, but we also want people to understand that there's potential that some of these cells later could rotate and we could get some tornado warnings. So let's dive right into it here. There was a little bit of an upgrade for the severe weather potential, especially over the southwestern corner of the state, including Bloomington, as well as Seymour and Bedford. Now, right now, the clouds are moving in. Still got some sunshine in Marion and Muncie. What you see on radar, this is just going to be some showers. There may be a few rumbles of thunder. This is not the action that we're talking about for later today. Temperatures at this hour in the 60s. The air is still relatively comfortable, especially when we consider where it was yesterday. We had dew points that were near 70 degrees. That air is still relatively dry. Notice the dew point there in Vincennes, down in Huntingtonburg and Evansville. That's the warm front. This will be the culprit later today. When I say later today, we're talking more than likely after 6 o'clock here, but we do want you to be aware, and there's that level 2 out of 5 risk there. That includes Bloomington, includes Bedford, the metro area in a level 1. These are the cells that we're talking about. Look at future track 13. So this is at 8 o'clock. Some of these will be rotating. Whether or not they produce a tornado or not, that's to be determined, but they could. So between the hours of 6 p.m. and 2 a.m., and specifically for the metro area, probably from about 8 o'clock to midnight. Scattered, possibly numerous thunderstorms. So you need to be weather aware tonight. We've got another severe weather potential as we go into tomorrow, which tomorrow is also a weather impact alert day. I'll have that and the 7-day in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Sean. And new at noon, we are learning that a 19-year-old man has been found guilty in the murder of a 15-year-old back in June of 2023. The Marion County prosecutor is announcing that Wardell Wright has been found guilty of 2 counts of murder and robbery resulting in serious bodily injury. So you may remember this story. It stems from a shooting on Lore Drive. That's where police found 15-year-old Jeremiah Lewis dead inside a vehicle that had veered off the road. Police say a 14-year-old girl had set Lewis up That girl is also charged. Another 19-year-old man has pleaded guilty to attempted robbery, resulting in serious bodily injury in January. A sentencing for a hearing for Wardell is set for June 12th.
It was a blessing in some sort to know, like, because I was always wondering.
And now to new developments in the case surrounding Indiana serial killer. One family is now getting closure after a 10th person was identified as a victim of suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister. That victim is Daniel Thomas Halloran. He was born in 1972. His remains were discovered at Baumeister's Fox Hollow Farm property in Westfield. Halloran's daughter got the call Monday from the Hamilton County coroner, and she tells us she did not know her dad. Her mom told her he left Florida for Indiana when she was just a toddler.
It just makes me like kind of sick and weary to my stomach. Like how to know that my dad was brutally murdered. It's hard. And for all the other victims out there and their families, I'm with them. I'm praying hard for them.
A lot of info to take in there. Coroner Jeff Jellison says Halloran's remains were found in a different part of the farm than the other murdered men. Coral Halloran tells us she plans to bury her father near his brother and mom here in Indianapolis. And the family of a 7-year-old boy with special needs is planning to file a lawsuit against the Jennings County school system. So the family says the boy was sexually assaulted multiple times by a 15-year-old who is now facing charges. We do not know which school bus the alleged assaults happened on, but we saw buses at the school leaving yesterday afternoon. The attorney for the victim's family says they're planning to sue the school corporation in a statement. The attorney is saying the victim's family is hoping that this claim and its publicity will help prevent such a tragedy from happening to another child, while sending a powerful message that all schools should be held accountable for the safety and protection of their students, particularly the most vulnerable disabled children. Turning now to a decades-long issue, digital blackmail of children, also known as sextortion. So we're learning there's a significant increase in reports of financial sextortion. It happens when a predator online lies about who they are and manipulates someone into sending inappropriate videos or pictures. Then once they have the files, the predator demands money in exchange for not posting the files online. Our Logan Gay reports how law enforcement and advocates are teaching people, especially children, the warning signs.
If you don't think it's happening in your communities, then unfortunately you're wrong.
That's an Avon police detective talking about sextortion. Because the internet is at everyone's fingertips, police say predators now have a number of ways to contact children, including through video games and online apps. It can happen anywhere, including right here in Hendricks County.
These online predators are good. They are good. They are criminals, and they know how to lure kids into conversations, and then sometimes kids just don't have the skills to get out safely.
The Plainfield assistant superintendent wants her students to always be cautious when choosing to engage with people on the internet.
It's not innocent. When someone is asking you to start chatting that you don't know, there's a good chance that that is somebody that is trying to get in and do mischievous things.
Mischievous things that could lead children to send nude photos and videos before getting extorted for money. Plainfield Schools partnered with Susie's Place, a child advocacy center, to educate and empower parents to become aware of these online predators and what to do if one goes after their child.
The biggest thing is knowing how to handle it when they come to you and really being an active listener, and then making sure you know that this is a crime that can be solved, and the time is of the essence.
Hendricks County law enforcement officers say they have investigated an overwhelming number of child exploitation and sextortion cases in the past year alone. Parents say it's crucial information to have.
If we can be informed and we can approach it with an understanding of their being a victim, even if they are playing a part in it, and we can offer some grace, then we can actually get down to the root of the problem and find those people who are exploiting it.
That's why Detective Joseph Davies suggests all parents and kids never pay these people. He says don't delete anything and go straight to the police.
Everyone in their community obviously wants their children to feel safe, and we want to make sure that the message is out there that the world isn't crashing down. We can help them.
Just incredible body cam video we're seeing this afternoon. It shows us the moments a Mooresville police officer was hit by a car during a police chase in Morgan County. This happened last weekend, and you can see that car speeding around the corner, and it hit the officer as he just tries to jump out of the way. So the officer escaped with a broken thumb and some sprains. Right now, the driver of that car is still on the run. It happened near State Road 67 and Sunset Lane near Brooklyn, Indiana. Mooresville police officer Chase Pitcock was deploying stop sticks on the road before the suspect raced around the corner. Police say the Dodge sports car had a fake paper license plate. Police eventually called off the chase because of danger to the public.